All right, guys, this is a 2003 350Z alternator. It all works, it all hooks up in the back, but the problem, let me get this belt out the way. The problem is when the belt extends, or when you're trying to get it, if you notice, you can't get the bracket to line up with the alternator to tighten the belt. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a slit in here and I'm extend it out. So I'm essentially gonna extend it by cutting the metal and opening this up. And then I'm gonna see if it works that way. So I'm gonna bend it this way so that when it extends, it actually can touch that area. So we're gonna see if I can make that work. So what I ended up doing is I cut it and I hammered it open. And what needs to happen is, it's this small section here, I have to skim that out so that it'll actually work. And then I'm gonna take another piece of steel and fill that steel triangle in. I'm gonna weld it in. What I'm showing you is, you could buy this part. Somebody already created it, but instead of buying everything, you can actually just make it yourself. So essentially, what I did was I cut that slit, and now I'm trimming and shaving this around because this part of it is in the way because it's a bolt on the actual alternator. So that bolt on the alternator won't allow it to clear. So I'm shaving this down so that it can clear. Then I'll weld that up with a piece of steel and it should work. I'll take pictures of it and I'll show you what it looks like clearance wise, sort of while I'm in the process of shaving it down and everything. So I'm just using this grinder and just slowly working the metal so it can clear it. All right, so I'm back again. Now, this is the bracket. You see that split? That's what I cut it open to. I sort of made it a straight instead of a kind of curve. But this is the actual bracket. I'm gonna try to, now you can see it sliding along the bracket, right? So it's gonna work. Now all I have to do is weld it back, paint it, and get a belt that'll fit it, okay? I'm not gonna change the pulley out. You don't necessarily need to change the pulley because it's ribbed and this pulley is going to keep it in line. So you don't necessarily need to change the actual pulley from the 350Z, but you do have to modify your bracket. Now I'm gonna tell you something. When I lost this, I was maybe an hour away from my house. I was an hour away from my house. So I couldn't do anything with my car. You know, I got an Aeromotive A1000 pump. My car wouldn't go anywhere without my alternator. And no shop, I mean, none of them had a 300ZX or 86 300ZX alternator in stock, but all of them had a 350Z alternator in stock 2003 to like 2006. So that's the reason why I grabbed that. It was really easy to grab it. It was like 200 bucks. And I modified it on the spot. I put a smaller belt on it. I wedged a 13mm socket in there just to hold the belt and everything tight so I could drive the car home. Crazy, right? Did that on the side of the road, but I got it home and now I'm just modifying the bracket so it all works. I'll show you what the finished product looks like. So this is the finished product. I filled in that weld, sanded it down. It looks like one piece. Once it dries, I put it in place, measure out what size belt I need, go to the store, purchase it, and then I'll show you what the finished product looks like. All right, guys. So there's the 350Z alternator with the bracket that I made that you can't really see from up here. But in there. Look at that. 14.4 volts. That's what the 350Z does power-wise. Before it was like 12.9. Take out for a little spin now.